Oh, hi. Hi. I'm Jim. I'm the new tech writer. I didn't expect such a crowd to welcome me on my first day. You even got the picture of me on the wall. That's awesome. I really appreciate it. By the way, have you seen Sean? A tall guy with tattoos. Looks more like a Pablo. No? Oh, OK. I was supposed to meet him here at 9, but it looks like I'm a bit early, so I will just have to wait. I'm wondering what he's prepared for me for my first day. I hope it's nothing too hard, because I've got to tell you something. I exaggerated a little bit during my interview, and I think I oversold my technical skills a little bit. So I hope it's going to get smooth. But it would be good to have a backup plan and some kind of a lifeline that I can use when I get stuck. So I'm thinking, since you are here, maybe you can help me. OK? You look smart. You look like you've been places, done things, so I guess it can work. OK, so don't worry, it's going to be quite simple. Luckily, I have this. See, I found this in the lobby. It looks like a normal pen, but actually, it's a magic pen. So every time I click it, everything will freeze, except for me and you. So this will give us a time frame or some kind of a time window where we can discuss stuff, OK, without anybody knowing about it. That's the best part. So, but it's too many of you, so I won't be able to talk to everybody individually and ask your opinion. So to make it easier, please divide into groups, OK? So please form groups of 5 or 6 people, OK? Just please do it now. Don't overdo it. Just look around, grab someone who's sitting next to you. Just, form groups, OK? That's the first step. But please hurry up, because Sean may be here in a minute. So I don't want to see him there. OK, you got it? You ready? Yes? You've got groups. OK, that's cool. And one more thing. So each group will need a leader. So we need to pick one person who's going to tell me what your opinion is on some stuff. So we'll have some things probably to discuss. So you will have to discuss it in a group. And after you have a decision, the leader will tell me what you decided. OK? So now please pick one person in each group that will be the leader. OK? But guys, please keep it down. Sean is just around the corner, so just please keep it down. It's OK? OK, you got leaders. Are you ready? Yeah, you've got leaders. OK, that's excellent, guys. Excellent, guys. OK, so I will show you how it's going to go. And I have some warm-up questions for you, so you can see how we're going to do it, OK? So first, very easy, don't worry. First question, would you like tea or coffee? And now you have 30 seconds to discuss your choice, OK? Go. OK, 5 seconds. OK, and the time is up. OK, now who wants tea? Leaders, raise your hands. OK, 1, 2, 3, 4. OK, who wants coffee? OK. It looks like we want coffee. OK, excellent, excellent. That was easy, right? Hold on. So a nice cup of coffee for everybody. Not now, we don't have time for that now. OK, so next one. This one is a bit harder. Which one is better, Dogs Like Code or DITA? You've got, again, 30 seconds to discuss your options. OK, that's it. So leaders, raise your hands. Who thinks DITA is better? Okay, and who thinks dogs like code is better? Okay, you like dogs like code. Okay, that was easy, right? That was easy. So this is how it's going to go. And yeah, dogs like code, right? So this is how it's going to work, but it has to stay between me and you. Sean cannot know about this, This is our deal. Okay, so, and I can see that someone is actually coming, so just keep it quiet, okay?
Oh boy, I'm getting old. Hey, you must be Jim, right?
Hey, Sean, right?
Yes, I'm Sean.
You'll be my mentor, right?
Yes, I'm going to be your mentor. I'm going to be walking you through this. So I see you're here and eager and ready to go, right?
Yeah, do you have anything for me for today, or is it going to be just usual stuff like training, coffee, doing nothing? No?
None of that. We don't do that kind of stuff here.
Okay.
No training, no coffee.
Okay, sorry.
We're going to get started with your project right away.
No, you're not wasting your time. I like it. Okay, let's go for it.
Yeah, so I hope you like bullet points, because I prepared a bunch.
Sure, shoot me.
Well, maybe later. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So this is going to be a very important project. As you know, we deliver a software platform for insurance. Mm-hmm. And your project is going to be an integration layer for people who want to plug in their PayPal and stuff like that. So our developers are going to be implementing that for customers, and you will be describing the API platform and all that it entails.
Okay, is this a very technical product?
Yeah, very technical. API, so you got your functions. And I'm not a programmer, so forgive me if I don't understand all of that.
Okay.
Mumbo jumbo, right? But
okay. Okay, so is it going to be published to our clients, or this is something internal? What is it?
It's internal for now.
Okay.
We might publish to the clients if we see there's big bucks in it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Do I need online help, PDFs? Do you know anything about it?
So for now, it's just going to be a website. But later on, maybe PDFs. We'll see how it goes.
Okay. Okay, got it. So do you have anything in place, like any tooling, any infrastructure that I could use, or?
I'm glad you asked, because we designed it so that all of your time can be devoted to working on content. None of it has to go to working on tools or anything like that. You don't have to worry about anything, because we have DITA.
Right, yeah.
I don't know if you've ever heard of DITA.
Well, tell me more. Okay, DITA, but what exactly? You have a CMS, how do you generate your stuff, anything like that?
Sure,
so
it's a CMS that grabs the DITA topics and then runs them through a pipeline. Mm-hmm. So you contribute to those topics, and you have collaborative editing with your developers, collaborative reviews, then you got validations on the content, and then it goes into the format that you want it to be in.
Cool.
It's pretty robust.
So, yeah, but it sounds heavy a bit, so I think I would go with something lighter. I like this docs like code approach. This is something lighter. You can work with devs closely. There's a good collaboration. There is not so much setup to be done. So it can get started pretty soon. So do you have any things against?
I hear you. Like, you got docs like code, but we got DITA, right? So I mean.
But is this a big problem if I use something else?
It's not a big problem.
Would it be a problem, or I have some freedom here?
I mean, you're the expert, right? So I'm going to leave
this
to you.
Yeah, definitely. I'm the expert, right?
Right. You're like we said in the interview, right?
Oh, yeah. That's why you hired me, right?
Right. That's the only reason.
True,
so if you slip up, it's just going to be very bad for you.
Okay.
And I'm talking literally, right?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I got the point. Okay. Just move on. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you want to do docs like code? Be my guest. I guess I'll leave you to it, right?
Yeah, it sounds like a good solution, so I'll just get to it, okay?
Okay, so, I'm going to be over there if you need me.
Cool, no problem.
And so Jim worked on his docs like code solution. He used Python and static site generators. He used Git and CI, and he was very proud of his work in the end.
Done. Okay. Sean? Got a minute?
Sure. What's
I
up?
just wanted to show you something, okay?
Yeah, what is it?
Look. This is the stuff that I set up, okay? Just look. So we've got docs together with the code, right? It's all in Git. Okay. So it's it's sitting in one place. Sure. Then I used a very simple static site generator, not to overdo it. I didn't want to invest too much time to set it up. So I just picked something simple, and then I plugged into the pipeline of software production. And then when the product is published, the docs are published together with the product. It also automatically happens in the background. Then it's published to the web server, and we're done. right?
Yeah,
Sounds cool, right?
Yeah, it sounds
I
like
told
our
you this
DITA
is good stuff.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. I see you got your HTML programming language down. You got your CSS programming language all covered.
Yeah.
I noticed you used the word should.
Where?
Here it just says you should install.
Oh, yeah.
So like it's part of our style guide not to use the word should.
Okay.
Like, I don't know if you ran the
So
validations on
is this a problem that the word should?
Well, it's just you should like you just should follow this the style guide, right? It's like
I should follow or I have to follow?
you must follow.
Okay,
That's the word.
okay, good. So should is forbidden.
Right. I
Okay.
mean, not in the docs. I can use it, right? Because I'm the manager.
Okay. Just get back to the point. Okay. So I need to. What do we need to do about it? So what's the requirement
So
here?
we have a bunch of validations that will catch it. So they catch like terminology stuff and broken links and all of that jazz, right? So if you just run them on your stuff, it'll be good to go.
And those validations exist where?
In our data setup.
So I cannot just take them and use them?
Well, I don't know.
They work on.
You're the programmer, right?
Yeah. This is what I told you during the interview, right?
Right.
Like,
You
true.
told me in the interview that you can do this stuff. So
Yeah. Okay. So basically, I need to. What do I need to do? I need to do some validations on this stuff, right?
Run the
that I set up.
validations
Okay.
on your topics,
Okay,
right? So the way I see it is you got two options. Use your programming stuff to write some scripts, do the magic, and then it's going to just work. Or you going to validate manually. So what are you going to do, buddy?
Well, Sean, I think I'm gonna. Okay, guys, this is the first time I need your help. So, as you can see, this is not an easy answer. So, can you help me decide which one is better? If I need to, invest some time into scripting and rewrite those validations for my Markdown setup, or I just do it manually. Let's say before each release, I'll just go through this stuff, make sure manually that it works, and I'm stuck. So please take a minute to discuss my options and please help me, okay? Go. Okay, okay, guys, we don't have more time. So, who thinks that I should write some scripts? Leaders? Okay, and who thinks I should validate stuff manually? Old school. Okay, thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. That was really helpful. So, So Sean, I was saying I'll just go with writing scripts. I think that's the best solution. You know that I'm the automation guy, right? So
You're the automation guy.
And I think this is the best decision, and I made it on my own, totally on my own.
Yeah,
right?
that was a quick decision. It was
Yeah,
like
I
no
know,
time passed at all.
I'm the expert, right?
I
Okay,
like
so
it. I like it. Okay, so you're gonna be. Let me make the choice for you, right? So you're
Okay.
gonna be writing. Well, what's this?
it's coding.
Oh, is this your that's your coding?
Yeah,
setup?
yeah. So
Okay, I'm gonna leave you to it.
Okay,
I'll
thanks.
be over there if you need.
Okay.
And so Jim worked on his coding stuff. He used Python again, and he transpiled and transformed all the validations from the DITA system. He used an API middleman that he got from his friends in the software industry. And he asked some programmers for help, but they didn't have time, so he hacked and hacked until he hacked it all together.
Okay, and done.
Okay, so how's it going? Oh yeah, so you got
you
some,
can see
got
for
some
yourself.
fancy
Yeah,
scripts going,
yeah,
right?
fancy scripts, man, and
They look
everything is
fancy.
perfect, So I just rewrote those validations, and I run them independently in my own setup, So we've got everything in place, so we're good to go.
Okay, so I see. Yeah, it removes the word should from your
and
website.
other stuff. Yeah, so everything
all
is
the
covered.
links.
Don't worry, everything is
Okay,
covered.
and
Yeah.
if we update the validations, it also updates them.
Kind of, sort of. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be fine. Don't worry about it. You know, it's
If you tell
like,
me not to worry about it,
yeah,
I'm
I'm
not
the
gonna
expert,
worry
right?
about
Okay,
it. Right,
okay,
right.
cool. Yeah. So
So I was also looking at your timesheets.
you still have them, like timesheets?
You have them too,
Ah,
right?
okay, okay.
You fill them every Friday.
Okay, yeah.
So I was looking at your timesheets, and it's looking pretty good. And also, I can see you're spending more time on tools and less time on writing.
I wouldn't worry about it too much. You know, I think that everything is under control. I know we have a deadline, but I'm on it. So don't worry. I will get to writing content, and everything will be done on time. So you don't have to worry. You don't have
Right.
to
So
worry.
I'm not gonna worry.
No, don't worry.
I'm not gonna worry.
Yeah.
And I have good news for you.
Okay, that sounds bad.
See, what's this?
So you were saying you've got news? Good
I have
news?
news for you. We are implementing something very cool. And you're a programmer, guys, so you're going to appreciate it. It's called multi-level quantum encryption. It's a new authentication method for everything. You know, it uses blockchain and AI and all of that stuff, AR as well. It's basically we have it on all of our platforms. So your guys also implemented it for your product.
Sounds exciting, yeah.
Yeah, and all you got to do is
Okay,
we have Jeff over at the encryption team. He wrote the DITA topics for you. So all you got to do is just plop them into your site and.
Okay, so to get it, so I have the clear picture, right? So you've got some data topics, and you want me to reuse this stuff in my setup.
Yep.
And no, well, it can be done, right? Everything can be done, but it's not like just
Glad to hear
that.
it.
I will just not put them into my setup. So,
so it's not like a straight kind of.
not
plugin,
really.
is
You
that
know,
what
it
they
needs
call it?
some work. You know, it's some tweaking. So, but don't worry, it should be fine. Yeah.
I mean, the way I see it, you got two options, right? You're gonna grab those data topics and transform them and put them in your site, or you're gonna copy paste between the data topics and your Markdown programming language stuff.
That's a tough one, you know. So, but I will work on it. Okay, don't worry, I'll work on it. So, in this case, I think that the best option would be, okay, freeze again. I didn't see that coming. You know, I thought it was like something that I wouldn't have to worry about at all. But it turns out that I have to. So, guys, I have some options here, so I can invest time into scripting again. So just create some transformations, get my data content into my setup so it works, you know, and it changes automatically when something updates the topics, or I can just copy and paste. But you know, if anything changes, I'll have to copy and paste again, and you know, keep an eye on it, or think that Jeff was gonna tell me if he changes anything, you know. So it's a tough one again. So please take a minute to discuss your options and tell me what I should do here. Okay, guys, and you've got 5 seconds, so please make your decision. Okay, great. So who thinks I should write more scripts and transform those topics? Okay, and who thinks I should copy and paste, old school? There you go, one guy, hey. Okay, so we're not going, sorry to disappoint you, we're not going to do it, okay. So so you all agreed I should invest some more time into scripting. Okay, cool, thanks. Sean, yeah, everything fine with your arm?
Yes, my arm fell asleep, I don't know what's up.
Okay, I was thinking about it quickly, and I decided on my own again that
decision.
I will transform. So
Okay,
I'll do some more coding. You know, I'm a programmer, right? I can handle this stuff, no problem. Okay, so let's do it. You know, let's.
Whoa! It's your coding stuff again.
Yeah, it's my. So you can. Yeah,
I'll be over
okay.
there if you
Yeah,
need me.
thanks.
And so Jim did more coding. His coding was so elegant that the best coders in the coding world would envy it, if they ever saw it, because it was all proprietary and within the company. His scripts led him to more scripts, and those led him to more scripts. But he was able to get those data topics to play nice with the static site generator. He had to transform them to HTML and write some extra classes and CSSs, but I was okay, because he was a very experienced programmer. And he was done.
Yeah.
He was done.
Awesome scripts. Yeah. Again, nailed it.
Hey, Jim.
Oh, Sean, you again. Okay.
Yeah,
Hey,
what's up?
Hey, what's going
I'm
on,
back
man?
there all the time.
Yeah.
I see you got some awesome scripts going.
Yeah. I
Pretty
think they're
good.
even better than the previous ones. You know,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
getting better at it. You
So
know.
you got you got the thing to work with the other thing?
Yeah. You know, the data topics will be pulled automatically into my setup. Then if anything changes, you know, let's call it a middleman. You know, and
middleman,
Yeah,
okay.
and the guy will just take care of it. Guy, it's not a real guy. You know, it's a script. Don't worry
It's
about
like
it.
a computer
Well,
guy,
it's
right?
the bottom line is it's working, so we are able to pull the stuff automatically into my setup, then to publish it, and if it syncs with the sources, so it's done.
I mean, it looks good to me. And I've been looking at your timesheet again.
Okay.
And I can see you're spending even more time working on tools and even less time working on content. Are you still okay for the deadlines?
Yeah. It's still learning, right? So it's still
Right.
valuable. It's not like I'm sitting around drinking coffee, wasting my time. I'm just
Do you
investing
think
this
that's
time.
what I'm doing, or?
I've been here for like an hour, so I can tell.
Okay.
But actually, I don't know what you're doing back there, so I'm not sure. Anyways, I was saying, yeah, I'm okay. I will just write content. I lost some time on writing tools, but it will be beneficial. It's like it pays off.
I'm really happy
don't
to
worry.
hear that. I'm really, because
I have it
some
under
good
control.
news for you. Some really good news this time. You're gonna love this. So our CEO went on stage and said, "We're going live with the product. We are going to be letting our customers use it." And they're
Exciting!
gonna be, they're gonna be writing their own, like extensions and plugins and whatnot. I don't know, like computer stuff. So they're gonna need your documentation. So the way we have it set up right now is we got data documentation being published to the portal, right? Like I told you. And then we have your stuff over there. So I would like it to magically find its way over to our portal so that the customers can also use that stuff, right?
So, can I ask you some questions about this? Yeah. So,
Sure.
so there is a portal, you said.
Yep.
Right? And then all the stuff written in DITA just goes to this portal and it's published, so customers can find all the documentation in one place, right?
Yep. There's a search feature, dynamic content publishing, all that stuff.
Does this setup take anything else apart from DITA, or is like strictly for DITA?
That's a very good question. It only takes data.
Okay, so is there any way I can just plug into it, just take my stuff and just plug into it, or I just have to find a way to make it work somehow?
I'm sure, like you as a programmer guy, which is what we hired you for, right?
Yeah,
I'm sure you can figure.
That was the only reason you hired me, right?
That was the only reason.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, the way I see it is, you either put it up as a separate portal somehow, like a subdomain or something, but that has problems on its own, right? And you can probably see them. Or you could integrate, right? Write more of your scripts, figure out a way for it to plug into, remembering about your timesheets and everything.
Okay.
So, what are you gonna do, buddy?
Well, I think the option with. Okay, sorry to bother you again, but we need to figure it out. So as you can see, I can create my own portal, right, to publish my own markdown files and to use my own pipeline and publish to my own portal. I can make it look basically the same as the one we already have, but it's gonna need some work, a lot of work. And plus, the problem is with linking between documents and searching. It will be challenging. Maybe it can be done, but it still needs more work. Or I can, integrate, right? So again, coding. So I need to invest my time instead of writing content. I will have to, again, write scripts and then, make some transformations, plug it into the official portal, talk to the guys who are responsible for publishing, blah, 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 blah. So it's not that easy, right? So that's why, guess what? I need your help again. So please take a minute and let me know what would you do with this. Go. Zniknę na chwilę. Okay, we don't have more time, guys. Okay, that's it. So, who thinks I should create a separate portal for my docs? Okay, and leaders who think I should integrate again. Integrate. Okay, that's a clear choice. Okay, guys, I owe you big time. Okay, so okay, let's get back to Sean. Okay. Hey, Shawnee B, what's up, man?
I don't know, both my arms.
Everything all right with your arms?
Yeah, I must be getting old. So anyway, we were talking.
Yeah.
Right?
So I decided that we're gonna integrate.
Okay,
So
you're gonna be
I'm the automation guy, right? So
right, you're the automation.
Yeah,
you're gonna be writing more scripts instead of writing content.
Sure, man. So this is what I do.
Yeah, it's your funeral.
Okay.
Whoa. Yeah, I'm gonna leave you.
I know.
And so Jim hacked and hacked some more. He was at the end of his programming skills a long time ago. Now he was just making it up. Luckily, he got most of his code from Stack Overflow. And at the end of the day, he was able to push non-DITA stuff into a DITA-based HTML portal and make it work.
Whoa. I thought I lost it. Damn. So stressful.
And he made it work somehow.
Wow, yeah. Duct tape. Cool.
Hey Jim, I got a new
it's
bill
again,
from
yeah.
our portal guys.
You need to quit sneaking up on me like that. It's stressful enough without you doing that. Okay, so just please say before you enter. Okay, so I know that you're coming.
Okay, sure.
Cool.
Next
Thanks.
time, lesson learned. I'm the kind of manager that adapts.
Yeah. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh. You're my manager, right?
So I was saying we got a bill from our portals guy, and
saying.
they say there's more content now. So I'm happy about that. You can see it's
yeah, we were able. I was able to integrate this stuff.
Right.
So I wrote some more automation, and now it's being published together with the DITA stuff, So it's kind of working, I have to say. It's not perfect. It will need some tweaks probably in the future, but for now we're good. So we should be fine to publish live, and the customers will be more than happy, for sure.
Okay, I'm counting on that.
Okay.
The timesheet subject came up again. I was looking at your timesheets, and I can tell you're devoting even more time to integrating stuff with other stuff, and even less time to creating content. So my question is, are you okay?
About
for
that,
the deadlines?
Yeah, you're right. I'm investing a lot of time into the scripting, coding, integrating. So it's kind of taking my time off writing content.
Sure.
So I know we have still some time to cover it, but I'm starting to feel that I may be late for the deadline. So sorry for asking that on my first day, but do you think that is there anybody that could help me writing stuff? Like another writer that we have that could allocate some time to my stuff?
I have good news for you.
Excellent, yeah?
'Cause I'm not only the manager that adapts, I'm also the manager that anticipates. We just hired a new technical writer. Her name's
Excellent,
Kelsey.
yeah.
Yeah, she's very excited to join the team. Going to be working on your product, pick up some of the content writing.
So let me ask you one thing. So
Sure.
Is she very technical? Can she code, or does she understand, docs like code stuff and all
Well,
this?
as you can tell, DITA features very prominently on her resume. But she said she's willing to learn all that docs like
That
code
makes
stuff.
two of us.
I mentioned Markdown. I told her that you work in Markdown. She said she would love to learn the Markdown programming language at some point.
Okay, so it looks like she doesn't know this stuff at all.
Well, not per se, right? But
like she's willing to learn. That's
she's
it.
willing to learn, right?
But she doesn't have any skills right now.
Yeah. I mean, there was a time in my life when I couldn't read, and then I became a manager, and I don't have to anymore. So
you still have some learning to do anyway. But okay, so what can we do here?
well, I see two options for you, right? You give her some thorough training at the beginning. Like you sit down with her, you drop all your other stuff, cancel the trips, cancel your family and everything, and just give her the training. Or you just give her a little bit of an introduction and give her a little kick. Let her train on her own.
Okay.
You got to balance it because you got your work, but then
yeah, I've got content to write.
Right, and which is going to be more beneficial in the long run. But I mean, you're the expert, right? So you should be able to.
Okay. Okay, guys. So I guess you can see I will have some help, right? But it's not going to be for free. So I need to invest some time into teaching this person how my setup works. So one option that I have is let her learn on her own. So I will just deliver some basic training and then give her some resources to read, stuff to learn, stuff to play with. And then it means that she won't be ready to write content, fast, but I will have more time to work on my content, right? So it's going to be good for me in some way. But I can also give her a thorough training and then just, invest all my time into teaching this person how to use my setup. I had to write docs in my setup. And then, but I won't be able to write content. But on the other side, I will have someone to work with me on the content pretty fast. But, the deadline is just around the corner, and I'm not sure what to do here. So again, guys, please take a minute and discuss the options. No. Okay, guys. The minute is up. So who thinks I should? Okay, guys. Shh. Sean is here. Don't forget. So, guys, who thinks that I should give her a basic training and then just let her learn on her own? Basic 1, 2, 3. Okay, and who thinks I should give her a thorough training? Close, but I think that the basic training wins. Okay, guys, thanks you so much. I owe you a big time. Okay. Are you running Subware?
Was I just doing a little dance or something?
I don't know.
So what are you going to do?
I decided.
You decided.
I decided that.
I can see the thing in your brain happening.
Yeah, the basic training will be the best option. Yeah. Basic training. So I'll just, I'll give her some start and give her some resources later on, and then she can.
Okay, I'm gonna leave you to it.
Oh yeah, I just need to grab Kelsey actually, So.
Okay. And so Jim went into training with Kelsey. He spent a lot of time showing her the ropes and showing her all the setups and gadgets. but it was just a basic training, so she had to figure out the rest on her own. And eventually, she came back to him for help a lot. And I mean a lot, like every day, every hour, she had a question. So Jim ended up working more on retraining and helping her. Then he did on writing his own content. As you can tell, he was very happy about it. Jim?
Yeah, Sean? Yeah?
I'm giving you a warning before I come
Thanks.
into the
You're the manager who adapts, right?
Yeah, there's like 3 rules of business. Adapt, anticipate, accommodate. AAA, triple threat, I call it. Anyways, so
Sounds like so much bullshit, sorry.
how did the thing go with Kelsey?
Everything goes pretty well, you know. So I gave her the basic training, and she was able to, you know, she even contributed some content, you know. So that's really good. She's picking up really fast. But then I tried to write something on my own, but the problem is that she kept coming back to me all the time, and you know, asking for help, asking for advice. You know, I had to review the content, change it, edit, you know. So I didn't do much on my own. So, but at least we have something now, right? So
I'm glad you say that, because it definitely shows in your timesheets, right? So you're spending less time writing stuff and more time helping afterwards.
Yeah. So I'm actually the thing is that I'm not really writing anything, right? So
right.
So, okay, sorry, man, but you know, things I need to do some stuff, right, before I can get to writing. So it's not like I'm making things up. This is just the way it is, right? Okay, sorry.
I can give you some tasks now, which can help you kind of lift yourself up from this madness.
Yeah.
Right? Good news. We have new customers, and they want
bonuses,
new features,
bonuses,
right?
more money, more bonuses, right?
Right? Maybe. No,
okay.
Probably not.
But
I mean, maybe the management, right? But
well, okay, yeah, and what does it mean for me?
Right. So the new features, right? So the way we normally do it with these new features is that if a customer pays for the feature, they get the docs for the feature. If they don't pay, they don't get the docs, right? So the way we have it set up, you know, like we got the DITA topics that describe all the features, and they go in the maps. So if you have customer A with a set of features and then customer B with the premium account, and they have more features, they got more topics in their setup, right? So they like see more stuff. So and also, you know, like in DITA, we got reusable chunks in the text, and you can condition them so that, you know, like if it's in the topic but the customer didn't pay, they don't see that part, right? You know, there's like a make it go faster button or something, so they don't see that button, they don't see that content. And I'm thinking about your static site, so you can probably like set up
all this stuff sounds like something that I cannot really do.
No?
No.
Can't you like...
I mean, like, I cannot do it just like that. Just like do the same stuff. Because, you know, as I said at the beginning, I used a very simple static site generator. So it doesn't have all this support for reuse and, you know, conditioning and things like that. It doesn't have this stuff. So
you cannot like just
no, not really. It's not cut out for reusing stuff the way you do it in your DITA.
Right.
You know, so well, it will need some strategy here, maybe.
Strategy.
Maybe we need a good strategy here. So, but you know, I'm pretty excited about it because it's another challenge, so we can handle it. Don't worry.
Sure. So let me give you some strategic advice.
Okay.
It's the 4th rule of business. Assist. So we got to support the different content for different customers. So you can either do your repository stuff with your programmers, do branching and merging, and kind of, you know, as the code for one customer exists in one branch, so does the docs. Or you could just have copies of the stuff and just kind of remember what customer has what.
Okay.
And kind of like write to that customer. So what's your take on it, Jimbo?
Shawnee, I think that I'm gonna. Okay, this one came pretty fast at me, and because I just dealt with this portal stuff and with training, and again, you see, I don't know what, maybe they don't like me here. I don't know, something is going on for sure. So as you can see, I have 2 options again. So one of the options is to have a separate branch for your customer, and I can just, you know, then merge some stuff using some tools. It's not perfect, but still works somehow. And another option is to have one branch and then just keep copies of topics and then just old school copy and paste, just like this guy likes to do it. And yeah, you. And so it's also not perfect, but maybe it's going to be an easier solution. Actually, I said I'm the expert, but I'm not, and especially not in this field, so I'm counting on you more than ever. So please take another minute and let me know what you think. Okay, guys. Okay, we need to decide now because Sean is getting really suspicious. This freezing gets him tired. So, okay, who thinks I should go with branching? Okay, and who thinks I should have copies of topics? Nobody? Oh, that's a clear choice. Even the old school guy didn't go with copy and paste. That's an improvement, I have to say. Okay, okay, cut to the chase. Okay. Sean, yeah, you were saying that options, right? So
right.
I think I'm gonna go with branching. It seems like a very clear choice to me, and I was able to decide pretty quickly on it, so it seems like a good strategy here, okay?
I gotta say I'm impressed.
You're impressed?
I'm very impressed.
Okay.
That sounds like a
bonuses,
very
right?
good decision.
No?
No bonus.
Okay.
So...
Branching, yeah, move on. Okay.
What's this? Anyway, I'll leave you to it. And so Jim did his branching. But branching required merging, and merging meant conflicts, and conflicts meant resolving conflicts. And he wasn't a conflict-resolving type of guy, so he had to learn how to do it. Luckily, there were some devs who showed him how to do it, but they trained him wrong on purpose. Then he found out it was wrong, and then he got it right. In the end, he was able to do all the branching and merging, but it took him a lot of time.
Yeah. Okay, what's that? Now that's not my screen. Hold on.
Hey,
is
Jim,
that
you're
yours?
Looking at the timesheets again, huh?
You're
Tracking your progress.
I knew I saw it before.
So how's the merging and branching?
Great, man.
Yeah?
So
Whoa. Watch out.
Slippery. So I was able to merge everything. I had some conflicts to resolve, but it all pretty well. So we got it. Okay,
so like I see you're looking at last week's timesheets. This is actually this week.
Oh,
so you're spending more time merging and less time writing?
Yeah, so to be honest, we have a bit of a problem here now, so I invested all this time into different stuff than writing content, so we may be a bit late for the deadline, if it's okay. But don't worry, we're gonna cut the scope for this release, and then for the next release, we'll be more than ready, man, more than ready.
Like even more scope for next release?
No.
Like scoops of scope?
No, everything will be fine, don't worry. For
Okay.
the next release, we'll be fine,
Okay, so let me put this way. I'm not worried about the project. I'm worried about you. Like, how are you doing?
Okay, you got me. Okay, so it's not working. I mean, like, it's working to some extent, but it's not how I imagined it, So this is something that I imagined is gonna be pretty easy, smooth, but it's very bumpy. So I have to admit that maybe I made the wrong choice using docs-like code, but actually, the thing is that I like this approach. It's not like this approach is bad. I like some things about it, like, like this CI. I like, collaboration with devs. I like this, that it's this lightweight Markov language, So maybe, I'm just thinking now, maybe I picked the wrong static site generator. Maybe this is not the right tool for the job. Maybe it's something that I can, that maybe here I can make some improvements. What do you think?
Well, it looks like I got to step in with my management styles, and I'm going to use another technique that I know, which is ameliorate, which is French for make it better.
What is that?
Ameliorate.
Ameliorate.
Yeah,
okay,
it's
yeah.
the 5A rule.
Okay.
So
Okay, that's scary. Okay, yeah.
So
Okay,
the way you're looking at it, the way I see it, right? This is docs managed like code, right? So you're managing your docs in Git.
But
right?
I was talking about static site generator. I know this stuff. This
Okay,
this is not the problem. I'm thinking about the static site generator. Maybe this is the wrong solution here.
Right. So I'm not a technical guy, right?
I know.
So can you explain this to me like I'm 5 years old? What's a static site generator?
Okay, so the way I see it, it's like a box. Let's say it's a box, right? And then you put in one thing at one end, and then it, something happens, and then at the other end it spits out something different, right? So for example, I put in my markdown, and then something happens there, and then I get my website. Okay,
so that doesn't sound like any box that I know, but it sounds like our DITA setup.
Like your what?
DITA setup, right? So we got like you got this thing, right? Like the thing, and you got your DITA topics, and they go into the thing, and then something else comes out, a website, PDF, like a static website. Is that
okay? And what is this thing called?
It's well, there's DITA Open Toolkit, I hear.
But you see, the name says that DITA Open Toolkit, so it's for DITA, right?
Right.
Or not?
Well, yeah, it's DITA and like other stuff that goes into DITA.
Like what?
Like
like
images and videos and
markdown
okay,
files. But what about topics? Do I have to I have to use DITA? I don't want to use it. So I have to use DITA topics to use DITA Open Toolkit?
You can use the markdown files you've been using, right? Because you can like put them in the map.
Really?
Yeah.
Like
so you got some DITA topics.
So why didn't you tell me that at the beginning?
Well, I thought that's what you were doing. You didn't ask me about this stuff.
Okay.
I mean, you're the expert, right? So you put a markdown thing in here, and you just tell DITA this is format markdown, format equals.
So
markdown.
You're saying that I could use this DITA Open Toolkit to generate. So we're using it already for generating DITA topics, and then I can use it to generate my docs from Markdown, right?
Well, it should be doable, right?
And what does it change for me actually? Since there's another static site generator, although I didn't find it on the website listing all the static site generators, but it looks like one. So what does it change for me?
Well, so let me look at it from a management perspective. Put on my architect hat. That's the 6A, right? So you got our dedicated tool guy, Miles. He will help you out with your tool problems.
So I could just go to this guy and ask him to set things up or fix my problems or add some features. Yeah. I didn't have to do it myself, right?
I think all you gotta do is use your middleman, your middleman thing, and put the markdown
so less scripting, right?
Yeah, and then you can use our quality process where everything is verified and everything is validated and QA, and use people, editors looking at your content, Google Analytics and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's good.
And then you can reuse the DITA topics and all of that other stuff, all the media and the marketing collateral and the styling and everything that we have.
So let me get it right. So it means that if I went with this solution, all this overhead of configuring, writing scripts and tooling, that would go away, right? So that would what your timesheets, yeah.
Over time, my projections are, it should be like this.
So I would go back to writing content instead of focusing on tools, yeah?
Full time.
Oh man, it was so simple, so even too simple. It was, but what did I did wrong, man? So what happened on the way to this solution? Why didn't I think about it? So what?
Son, let me tell you a little story.
Just tell me what I did wrong, man.
Let me tell you a little story, and it's gonna make everything clear for you, right? So back in the day when I was a little boy, me and my dad went into a competition with other, dads and sons, the little box cars that you race down the street. And I had like a box car that I imagined. It was very cool. You know, it was all made of metal, and instead of wheels, it had little triangles, and then it had thorns and
cool.
stuff, and you know, like it was like way cool. And my dad was like, "Okay, it's your funeral." By the way, my favorite saying, "It's your funeral." And then we built the thing, right? And it didn't go very fast.
Okay, and?
And then what that taught me is you gotta have a plan before you start doing something, right? So like ask more questions, analyze the setup, you know, like, because we had a lot of good wood laying around in the garage. We had a good wheels, we had good stuff, you know, like stuff we could use. But I went ahead and I said, Dad, let's buy all this metal, let's go out to the junkyard, let's buy all these triangles, right? And it was like, eh.
Instead of using the things that you already had.
Yeah.
And do some tweaking instead of reinventing everything from scratch.
Yeah,
right?
you don't want to transition from.
But why do you think I went with this docs-like code is not for DITA stuff? You know, so why do you think it's a wrong attitude?
Well, so I think like you can like make the two merge. There's an A word there, but I don't know what that's gonna be.
Assemble?
Assemble, yes.
Yes, 7. Number
actually,
7, yeah.
The sixth A, the seventh.
The 7th, yeah. 7th.
Yeah. So I mean, DITA and docs-like code can just work together. It's kind of the same thing. And if you think about it, DITA.
He can go on like that and like that. Give him a second. He's gonna get to the point. Okay.
DITA is code, right? I mean, it's got all that reusable logic and all those parameters and variables. It looks very much like code, like decorators, like classes. Like all that stuff. I don't know.
Okay, so we just need to think that it's not DITA versus docs-like code. It's just, it can be docs-like code, and we can incorporate stuff that we already have to work together, okay? That sounds great, man. And I think we have a plan. So where do we start?
Coffee?
Great.
Wow, you guys, are you as impressed as I am? I was like, am I in a theater right now? Like, what's going on? I really loved it. Hey, you guys, we need you here. That was really, really awesome. Before we start with questions, I expect you have some questions. I just want to let you know that Michał and Paweł, they are both representing. I'm the one who docs, so TechWriter PL. It's a really cool T-shirt, as you can see. Yeah.
He doesn't have a T-shirt yet.
So they're our partner as well, and our speakers, and they're pretty cool. You can see that as well, I'm sure.
And this whole presentation is based on actual experience. Like it's made like a fictional story, but it's the road that we went through.
So this is something that Chris talked about. We had an idea for the talk, and then the time elapsed, and then we changed the idea many times. So this was actually. It's a practical case, so to say. And to disclose some more information, we actually have a proof of concept of this working in our environment. So it's based on a true story.
I'm really happy we have it recorded. It will be available on YouTube, so you can re-watch it as many times as you want and share it with colleagues. Okay, time for questions. Rafał. And there's one more question.
He's going to have very clean hands today.
Thank you. What kind of content you are storing in Markdown files? Is it only API references or something else?
I can talk about my project. So we have some kind of internal docs that we use and that we write in Markdown. So we moved it from Confluence to Markdown files, and we used a static site generator, a simple one. And then we thought about this, right? So we can use the same static site generator, DITA for generating both things. And so to answer your question shortly, mostly internal documentation for developers that is working across teams, but there is a chance that it will be published at some stage to our clients.
Yeah, and the reason that what Michał was saying, the reason it was moved from Confluence to Markdown is still you want people to be able to contribute. in a simple way, but we moved it to the development environment so that we can reuse their process, right? And there's branches and stuff. And also, Michał generates a lot of those Markdown files, or Markdown and not Markdown, right? Not only Markdown. But if there's like configuration parameters in the code that he can turn into a topic about steps, you know, he does it. Like he writes a
maybe
generator.
a better example. You know, I had a simple generator that I wrote that was taking some stuff from the code and was actually spitting out the DITA topic. So then I have to, you know, put it into the CMS or things like that. If we have a DITA OT set up for both things, I can just simply use it straight away from the code because I have the same engine that understands DITA and Markdown, for example.
Yeah, and it's always more fun to generate a DITA topic because it has the structure. It's more like parsable and everything than a Markdown file, which is just going to be a flow of text. Hard to test if it went out, if it like came out all right or not.
Thank you.
Okay, we had one more question right there.
Hi, so I'm Hanna Dobosz from Etteplan. I'm a project manager. First of all, never had so much fun at a funeral. What I wanted to ask more from a project manager's point of view, what was the time frame, how did it look like, and when did you notice that something is not going as smooth as you expected, or maybe you did not expect?
You want to take this one?
Sure. I mean, it was multiple projects, so the timelines for each project were kind of different, and things started going badly at different points in time, right? But they kind of all accumulated to us making this decision to try this proof of concept. Because one thing that was happening is we were totally separately testing static site generators for some other project that was like just starting. It was a new project, and we were thinking, okay, we will start this in a static site generator is going to be fine. But the main catalyst for change was this presentation as we were preparing it, because we were talking about this, and then we were thinking, okay, so do you have to do this stuff with Markdown? And we kind of, like, as we worked on the presentation, it just clicked, right? That we could be reusing DITA stuff, right? So nothing was actually ever in danger, like in the presentation. The timesheets weren't that affected. It was fine, right? Because our projects are not that stressful, right? There's the deadlines are not that short. That wasn't impacted, but we were able to do it so seamlessly that nobody even has to know that we did it, right? Like, so we told some people, but the developers who contribute to the code, they don't, like, to the docs, they don't have to know, right? They just, you know, do a pull request to the same set of Markdown files. They don't know that we changed something in the background, right? And all the builds are Dockerized, like self-contained builds, right? So we just replaced the Docker image and we used DITA OT instead of Docusaurus or something else, right? Yeah, so like our project manager didn't know it happened.
So maybe I'll add something to it. So it showed up pretty early because when we joined the company, not many teams created documentation for internal purposes. Actually, some of them did it on Confluence, you know, randomly. So and more teams started to feel the need to create content in a better way, and they started asking questions. They started, you know, giving us requirements to how we should do it, how we go about creating internal docs for now, but in the future they may be published to someone else. So that's why we started looking into those static site generators, and we tried different ones. It didn't really work well because we were still separated from our doc environment, and we didn't want that. So we were just thinking how to integrate it. So to answer your question shortly, I think it came up pretty early in our, let's say, in the research design. So we thought about it before it actually happened.
Gave us enough time to actually implement it.
Yeah, before it gained full speed.
Okay, I think we have one last question. Okay.
Hello, Daniel from Dolby here. You actually just answered my original question, but I do have a short one. Do you guys do any improv? Because you definitely look like you
improv?
I mean, it was really good.
I mean,
No.
Michał was in a comedy group, right?
It was in high school.
That explains it.
But
It was an amazing presentation, so thanks.
Thanks
for all the fun.
Thanks. It was hard to prepare, actually.
Okay,
Came out
thank you.
amazingly.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you guys.